Hello, today I will be going over Natas level 0 through 5. Um, Natas is another over-the-wire game dealing mainly with website enumeration and exploitation. So, we're going to, a link to this site will be in the description down below. Let's start off with we're going to take the URL. You have a username and password to begin. Paste that in there. Whenever you're doing this, I would recommend you take good notes so you don't lose the password that you just found. That may or may not have happened before. So enter it Natas 0. Can't type Natas 0. Enter. It says you can find the password for the next level on this page. Now, I will let you guys know beforehand, before we begin this, that you will be viewing a lot of HTML source code with this. Hopefully that doesn't freak you out. If you do have any questions, just ask me below down in the comments. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to hit F12 to view the source code of this page. Now you may have something like this pop up, or another tab, or another window altogether, depending on your settings. I like having this secondary window pop up. So what we're going to do is we can see now the HTML source code for this page. Now, in Natas, just as a general rule of thumb, for the most part, ignore head, and you can ignore anything with we shadow. That is a link to another site. So all we really care about are these two lines. Okay? And so I'm going to click that and see what we find. And there you go. Straightforward. In comment of the web page, it says the password for Natas 1 is that. So now we have Natas 1 password. Okay. Now we are on the search for Natas 2. To get to the next level, we're going to take the site that we were just at, where it says Natas.0. We're going to change that 0 to a 1. Okay. We're going to use the username Natas1, and the password is what we found. Ha! You can find the password for the next level on this page, but right-clicking has been blocked. So things have changed over the years. This is a little bit of an old game. I can still right-click on this page. I don't know about you guys, but I don't even right-click to view source really. I just always hit F12. And what do you know? Same dealio as last time. There is the password for Natas 2. And let's go to Natas 2 then. There is nothing on this page. Okay then. Hit F12, let's see what we find. Well, it's not comment this time, but there's an image source. So if at this moment, what I can do is I can actually click up here and it says pick an element on the page and see it, or I can also just highlight it over here and it shows me exactly where it is. It looks like it's highlighting a pixel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, and so this could have been a link to a website for a picture or something like that, but if there is no host and it's just directly goes to like a file like this, what it means is put a slash here, paste in what we just found, enter, and it shows us that little pixel. So feels like that was a dead end, that was a waste of time. Wait a second, let's look at the top real quick. It says files / pixel.png. Huh, so files is a directory, potentially. So let's get rid of pixel.png, see what we find. And what do you know, we find a users.txt file, which has the password for Natas 3. Okay then. We're just chugging along right now. Natas 3. Oh! It's not going to like that because I still have files / user text. So let's get rid of that. Go to Natas 3. Paste in our password. There. Wait, did we just do Natas 3? No. Okay. Okay. There's nothing on this page. Hit F12. Ah. There's a comment though. That no more information leaks. Not even Google will find it this time. Okay, so if web pages do not want certain pages on their website to be on a Google search or to come up on a Google search, what they do is they put a file on their website called robots.txt. You can get to that robots.txt by taking the host of whatever website it is. Since we're here, we're going to take this one. We're going to type in robots.txt. Enter. And it says disallow. So that's saying, hey, Google, whenever you bring up these web pages, don't show the contents of the secret folder in any Google searches. So let's try to go there. Secret. And what do you know, we get another user.txt file. Okay. Time to move on to Natas 4. Okay, access disallowed. You are visiting from blank. All authorized users should only come from blank. Now, if you're new to website hacking, just calm down. I will try to explain it as best I can in as simple terms as possible. Now, whenever you go from one website and you click on another one, you actually usually tell the website that you're going to what led you to that site. So if you click on an ad, that ad knows the site you were just on that you clicked it on. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to change that reference. Okay. And how we're going to do that is we're going to do what is called a man-in-the-middle attack on ourselves. So a man-in-the-middle attack is whenever you send, you're trying to communicate with one website and there's a person sitting in between you and the website you're trying to send stuff to, and that person in the middle can view everything you're doing and mix up some of the messages or change some of the stuff that you're sending. So we're going to accomplish that by using a proxy on ourselves. So instead of having some other random person be the man in the middle, we are going to man in the middle, send out the traffic, and it's going to just go come back through me and then go out to the intended target. Okay, so we are going to use a proxy, and it's not that hard to set up. If you're on Firefox, what you can do is you just go to Preferences. You can click it by going to a new page like I did, and you click in the top right, or you can go over here and click Preferences, and it'll bring up the same page. Type in the word proxy, go to Settings, and we're going to hit Manual Proxy Configurations. And all we're going to do is we're going to enter these two bits of information here. Really simple. 127.0.0.1 and port 8080. Now, if you ever see the IP address 127.0.0.1, that is referring to your home IP address. That is you. Your computer goes, hey, I know that number. No matter where it sees that number, whenever your computer processes 127.0.0.1, it knows it's talking about itself. It's kind of like talking about itself in the third person. Okay? And it's going to point back at 8080 on myself. Okay? Now, this is how you can easily do this. You would just hit OK and you would be done. For me, I do not like constantly going to settings and changing things up. I like to use a Firefox extension called Foxy Proxy. Highly recommend using. It makes it as simple as, instead of going through all the settings, I just click here and the proxy is working. Now, you may see that it says burp, because the proxy that I'm going to be telling us to use, or telling you to use, is burp. Something called burp. So if you are on Kali, you can just click up here in the top left, type in the words burp, and Burp Suite will come up. You click it, and just click through the stuff, creating a temporary project. You don't need to update or anything. It's nothing fancy. Okay. Now, this may seem like a lot of information. Ignore it. For right now, just ignore it. You can figure it out later. We're just going to use one of these tabs. One. Okay. All those, we're going to use one. We're going to go proxy. Now, to be fair, this one tab has a couple things. But in here, all we're going to do is we're going to click Options and make sure that the proxy listener is listening on ourselves on port 8080. This should be here by default. Burp is really nice that way, to have just automatically assume you're going to want to use it. Okay, so just make sure it's there and checked. Okay. Now we're going to go back to intercept. This is saying that we're looking for traffic and we're ready to catch it. That's what it means when it says intercept is on. Now, once you get a packet, you can either forward it or drop it. And before you forward it, you can alter it. Okay? All you're doing is you're going to mess with stuff that you're getting, or that you're sending out. That's all it is. Okay? Now, let's refresh this page. And what we're seeing here is a GET request, because we're trying to refresh this web page. So it's going out to the internet saying, hey, go get it. Get the contents of this web page. Okay? And by default, everything, it will always try to grab an index file. Let's ignore this. Okay? It's getting a web page. It's not that bad. Okay? It's trying to get it from this host. Okay? The user agent is actually referring to stuff on your own personal laptop, so it knows if it's Linux or Mac or Windows. Okay? It's just communicating. Now, we see the refer. The refer is what I was talking about earlier. It's how computers, a website can figure out what site you just clicked from. Okay. Now, all we're going to do, based on this, is users should come only from Natas 5. So we're going to go back to burp. We're simply going to change 4 to 5, and we're going to hit forward. And there you go. Access granted. Now, you might have gotten to this page before. I know this caused me a problem, even though it's a really simple mistake. If you double-click this to copy, it's going to also copy that little space down there at the end. It's really annoying. You'll see it more clearly when I do this. Yeah, just backspace that, copy it again, and now you should be able to log into Natas 5. Oop. Okay, so I tried to get to Natas 5, and I still have my proxy on. We're just going to keep using it because it is a really useful tool right now. So, and we'll just look over everything really carefully. I'm going to forward that. I'm going to say that was just me trying to get to the login portion. So Natas 5, paste in our password. Just trying to get the web page. Doesn't look like anything crazy. Forward. Okay, what do we see? Access disallowed. You are not logged in. Huh. Seems odd. Let's try refreshing the page and looking at birth again. Oh, that changed. We now have a cookie. The site automatically assigned us a cookie called logged in. Now, in Windows, 0, if you see something that's 0 or 1, 0 means off, false, untrue, 1 means true, on, running, working, okay? So, it's saying we're not logged in. We can change anything in here. So, let's just change that to 1. See what happens. And what do you know? It gives us the password for Natas 6. If you would like more of these videos on Natas, or if you would like any more on anything else on OverThewire or any other sites, or just tips and tricks on Linux or Kali in general, just let me know.